The Tennessee Titans defense brought the heat in their first preseason game of the year against the San Francisco 49ers. Let's take a look at what new defensive coordinator Dennard Wilson was cooking up on tape in today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Titans fans, welcome into another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 25 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for USA Today, Sports Illustrated, and I've hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked On Titans, for 5 seasons running. I'm also a certified film junkie, breaking down the X's and O's with you guys all year long here on the Tic Tac Titans film channel, your home for all Tennessee Titans film content. On today's episode, we are going to look at the Tennessee Titans pressure defense. We knew when the Titans hired Dennard Wilson as the defensive coordinator that we would see a ton of disguise, we would see a ton of pressure, and today we're going to look at all the different blitzes that Dennard Wilson unleashed against the 49ers, how he disguises his coverages, and it's some really, really great stuff that not only is good from a play perspective, but also there are some little individual techniques that Dennard Wilson is bringing to the defense that we should be very excited about as well. Before we get into the tape today, do want to ask you guys if you could please subscribe to the channel, throw a thumbs up on the video, and throw a Titan up down in the chat. I'm going to have free Titans film content all year round for you guys here on the channel. You're not going to want to miss it. But with all that being said, as we always do, let's step into the film room. All right, our first pressure of the day comes on the first play of the game for the Titans. So just a couple of quick things that I want to point out here that I really like. The Titans come out in a 2-high safety look. So they have 2 safeties back deep here. That would tell the offense you're going to get a cover 2 coverage, a cover 4 coverage. Those are the type of coverages you see from that alignment. But what I really like is the Titans disguise what they're about to do. So eventually Elijah Molden comes up into the box and Amani Hooker goes back to kind of a single high safety look. And I love these little wrinkles from the Titans defense. Never just let the offense know exactly what they're getting. Always disguise, always move around. So I love that first and foremost from Dennard Wilson. So what I want to show you guys next though is T'Vondre Sweat up on the defensive line. So Sweat right now is basically head up on this guard. And what he's going to do is he's going to take a quick shuffle step before the ball is snapped to get basically in between the center and the guard. And that's going to be critical for the pressure and how it operates here. So I just want to point this out to you before it happens. Look at Sweat kick over. Bang. Right there. Okay? That is absolutely critical for this pressure and the way that it works. So we'll look at that on the end zone view, but just wanted to show you that real quick. So what happens here is the Titans will actually blitz Kenneth Murray up the middle with these 4 rushers. So he ends up bringing 5, and they're going to drop Jalen Harrell back into coverage. So again, the Titans are bringing 5 people, but it's maybe not the 5 people that you expected. And from a 2-high safety look, which we talked about a second ago, now the Titans are going to turn this into a cover 3 coverage where Amani Hooker is back deep in the single high. You got Jarvis Brownlee Jr. over here in his deep third, Roger McCreary in his deep third, and then you're going to have Elijah Molden, Jalen Harrell, and Jack Gibbons as your underneath defenders. So love the idea of this concept. Show 2 high, turn it into single high, run a cover 3, blitz up the middle. But really what makes this blitz happen is T'Vondre Sweat and his alignment and how it pulls the offensive line where the Titans need them to go. So we'll run the play real quick so you can see it, and then we'll get to the end zone view to look at exactly how the blitz functions. Boom. Nice hit by Kenneth Murray. That's the type of stuff we should be looking for him to do all year long. That is where he is at his best. So again, Sweat was over top of the guard. He's going to move over this way. All right, so he makes this shift over. And this is huge because now, instead of the guard thinking, okay, I got a one-on-one block with Sweat right here, now he's in the middle of this gap, which means that the center and the guard are going to have to deal with him. Okay, so this becomes a double-team block. But what the Titans do is they use T'Vondre Sweat and they slant him this way, which is going to pull the center towards him, and then it opens up this gap right here for Kenneth Murray to shoot through. So alignment is so important to making these pressures work and influencing the offensive line the way that you need to. And then Kenneth Murray is, a loaded gun shooting forward. Bam. Great pressure to start the game. All right, so this is going to be a different kind of pressure. We're not blitzing a linebacker here. We're blitzing a defensive back. But what I like about what the Titans are doing here, again, just the base alignment. The Titans are coming out in what looks like man coverage. I mean, you would think man, tight end over here, man coverage there, man. That's kind of how it looks with the single high safety right here, back deep. But that is not exactly what the Tennessee Titans are going to do. And I like the idea that they're trying to confuse the offense every single step of the way. So what actually ends up happening on this one is the Titans turn this into a cover 3. So again, like we just talked about, you're going to have your deep third over here. You're going to have your deep middle right here. You're going to have your deep third over here. You're going to have a couple of hook defenders. You're going to have 3 underneath. You got Kenneth Murray right here, Jack Gibbons right here, and then Jalen Harrell, the rookie 7th-round linebacker, being used as an overhang defender over the slot. That's something that Harold Landry is really good at, so nice to see that Jalen Harrell has the athleticism and the awareness to play that kind of role and not just be a guy who has to have his hand in the dirt. But what you would typically expect is your 4 rushers. Okay, and that's what you're going to get. However, you're going to get Amani Hooker blitzing off the slot as well. Again, the Titans are showing like a man coverage, but it's actually a cover 3 coverage, sending an extra blitzer off the slot. So I love stuff like this, and Amani Hooker has the ability to execute this. So really love the idea that the Titans are going for here, and they get an incompletion out of it as well. Harold does a good job of getting to the receiver at the bottom of the screen and making that a difficult catch. Throw is high because the pressure is coming. Looking at it from this view, remember, alignment and then the first motion of the defensive line off the snap is so important. So the D-line is going to slant just a tad bit this way. And the idea is you could pull the offensive line this way, and that in theory should help Amani Hooker as he comes off his slot blitz to maybe be a free rusher. Now, you could see right here, this lineman, his head, he's looking out there. So this offensive tackle for San Francisco does a good job of understanding what's about to happen, and he picks up Amani Hooker, but it won't always work so well for the offense. It won't always work that way, and when it doesn't, the Titans are going to get some really good pressure. Good job by Jalen Harrell too, though. All right, so this next pressure is something that we have not seen throughout the first 2 plays. Totally new blitz, totally new coverage. The Titans have run cover 3 in both of the coverages that we've looked so far. Here they line up, again, 2 high safety, making you think cover 2, making you think cover 4, and then what happens right before the snap is Mike Brown wiggles into the box, Elijah Moulton gets back a little bit to be that single high safety, and this time, instead of morphing into a zone coverage, the Titans actually play man. So you're going to get Mike Brown coming up, man on this guy here, man right here, okay? And the Titans don't really have a man assignment for the running back. They're bringing heat here. That's the idea. So what happens is you're going to get a cross linebacker blitz. So you're going to see some slants here from the defensive line. Weaver is actually going to pull back into a little bit of a zone. You're going to have Otis Reese challenge up the middle, and he's going to hammer into the linebacker. And then Chance Campbell is actually going to loop around Otis Reese to come in for the blitz. So this is like a cross linebacker blitz, showing double high, turns into single high man coverage. I mean, this gets me going. So much disguise, so much planning, and the pressure gets home. And while the quarterback does get the ball off, the pressure gets home. It might have forced the ball to be a little bit too far out there. He's got to put it up early, and it's too far out there. And the wide receiver can't necessarily pull it in, but Trey Avery got beat pretty bad on that one, which was a common theme all night long. But look at the blitz from this direction. So, number one, again, you get a little bit of a slant here from the Titans defensive line to try to pull it that way. You're going to get Otis Reese. I keep calling him the hammerhead shark because he just wants to ram head on into you every time. He's going to come through here and hammer into the running back, and everyone's occupied, and it allows Chance Campbell to kind of loop around and get pressure on the quarterback. Bam. Doesn't quite get home. Doesn't quite get home, but I do love the idea of the pressure. And if you want to see it work, just be a little patient. All right, Titans fans, I hope you guys are ready for happiness because this play is just absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're going to see the exact same pressure concept that we just saw from the Titans. So you're going to have man across the board, man, 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 man. All right. And then you're going to have your single high safety back here, guarding anything deep, and Mike Brown. Mike Brown's underrated, by the way. And then it's that same cross linebacker blitz. All right. Otis Reese comes in to hit the running back. Chance Campbell comes around. And I intentionally left out this piece that I want to show you guys on this play for this reason. Because, again, Rashad Weaver is going to drop back into a zone. But watch how he fakes like he is rushing. Okay, a lot of times when guys are in this role, they got to drop back in a zone on the backside of a blitz. They're going to immediately drop back into coverage. But watch how Rashad Weaver kind of fakes like he's coming on the rush. And it just occupies the offensive lineman enough to create an imbalance on the blitz side so that the Titans have an advantage there and the 49ers can't slide their offensive line entirely over. So he's got to account for that. Also, Rashad Weaver dropping back into a zone also ends up taking away where the quarterback wants to throw it and allows enough time for the blitz to get home. So love the idea of the pressure here. And the little wrinkle, the little technique of Rashad Weaver faking his rush to confuse the offensive line and the quarterback. You just love that. You just absolutely love that. So here it goes. Look at the Weaver fake. Fake. Now I'm back up. Look, the quarterback is looking to go to this underneath wide receiver right here who's supposed to come back inside. But Weaver is literally right there, so he cannot throw that. All right? And that gives time for Chance Campbell to get home and make the sack. Caleb Murphy in there as well. Love seeing it from this end zone angle. Again, same thing. You got the slant in. All right? And that's going to open up the hole for Otis Reese to come in on the blitz. And then Chance Campbell to loop around and get to him as well. Look at that hole. I mean, look at that hole. Like, that's cash money right there. And Chance Campbell does the job and takes him down. Bam. Great blitz. I mean, that's 2 times in a row now we've seen that cross linebacker blitz. And it may not have gotten home the first time, but I love that play. And I hope we see a lot more of it from Dennard Wilson's defense. Okay, so this pressure right here is a little bit simpler than the cross dog blitz that we've seen, the back-to-back plays here. The Titans are going to run a cover 3, so you have your deep third over here. You're going to have your single high safety right here. I believe that's Matthew Jackson. You're going to have your deep third right here with Gabe Judy Lawley, and you're going to have 3 men underneath in hook zone. So you're going to have Eric Garrower right here. You're going to have Chance Campbell right here, and also you're going to have Caleb Murphy, who actually drops back and gets in the middle of both those guys into a hook zone. So you would call that, he comes down as well right here. The safety, it's Mike Brown. So you're going to have 4 underneath, and you're going to have 3 over top. So you could just call it that, 4 under, 3 over, 3 over, 4 under. But what's going to happen is we're going to get a blitz here from James Williams, Titans rookie linebacker. So it's a 4-man pressure. Okay, only 4 guys coming, but it looks like there's going to be 5 until Caleb Murphy drops back right here. So the Titans, again, just trying to confuse the defense, and you could even say that they got a little bit of a too high safety look right here. So to turn that into cover 3, which is a single high coverage, again, just more disguise, more confusion for the offense. James Williams, boom. Now, the pressure doesn't get there. 4-man pressure doesn't get there. Good completion. But again, what we're looking at right here is not 100% success rate on everything. We're just trying to learn about what this defense is going to try to accomplish and the things that we can expect from the defense on a week-to-week basis. And again, one thing that I want to point out is look at the slant by the defensive line here. Slant, slant. And that should, in theory, give more of a lane for the blitz. All right, so another coverage right here, coverage shell, where you have 2 high safeties back deep. But that is 100% not what the Tennessee Titans are doing on this play. They're going to turn this into a single high coverage. But I love, again, just pointing out the disguises that the Titans are using in pre-snap. So the 49ers are going to bring a man in motion, and then you see the safeties adjust, right? All right, the safeties adjust. You have Mike Brown working down here, and what he's going to do is he's going to have man coverage on that guy who just came in motion. We have man coverage right here on the point. We have man coverage right here, and we have man coverage right here. Your single high safety is Matthew Jackson back here covering anything deep. Instead of doing a blitz where they send a linebacker but drop a D-end or this and that. This time the Titans are just bringing a full six-man pressure, and I think a lot of that has to do with, I think James Williams might have man coverage assignment on the running back, and the running back stays in the block, and a lot of defenses, what happens is if your man stays in the block, that triggers you to go ahead and blitz, and that's how you kind of play that math problem on defense, where you don't want to have more blockers than you do rushers, because that's an advantage for the offense every time. So a lot of times there are keys built into the defense to do it like that, but the Titans end up on this one bringing both their linebackers, and I love it. So you got a blitz in right here, a blitz in right here to go with the four-man rushers, and at the end of the day, San Francisco doesn't quite have enough people, and they're a little bit confused as well. I mean, they have 6 guys to block 6 rushers, but the Titans confuse them as to where they're coming from because of all the pressure that they've been running all day, and it's going to allow Rashad Weaver to come in untouched. So I'm not sure what the right tackle on that side was doing coming in so quick. I'm guessing that the quarterback did a full slide to the outside. They do end up dropping Caleb Murphy, actually. Missed that. There you go. So he does drop, and it's only going to be 5 guys. But think about it. Because San Francisco thought that the pressure was coming from the left-hand side, they slide that way. Look at the offensive line slide that way. And that's going to leave Rashad Weaver wide open on the other side. So those sorts of things, they're completely fooled. And now you got a lineman over here planning to block Caleb Murphy, but Caleb Murphy's dropping back. So, and I love how the Titans are playing man coverage, and instead of having one robber over the middle of the field to go with one zone defender back deep, they're having it be one of the defensive ends and hopefully take away the middle of the field. Like, look, you're seeing some crossing routes right here. Well, Caleb Murphy is going to be right there to take that stuff away. So I love the idea of not just having a middle of the field defender and a back deep defender, but you can actually have your defensive end play kind of a drag zone over there where he's taking away anything coming across the middle of the field. But yeah, San Francisco's offense was completely fooled by the alignment of the Titans, and it led to a free rusher. And that's what you're looking to do with the disguises and everything like that. You're looking to confuse them. They slide all the way to the left. Rashad Weaver, wide open, hands up, tips the pass, creates an incompletion. So great disguise by the Titans, great blitz concept. All right, now this one right here is something that we have not seen all day long, okay? We have not seen this all day long, and it gets me really excited. So before, what we've seen all day is the Titans showing up in a 2-high safety alignment and then flipping that to be single high. Well, this time they do the opposite of that. They show a single high, but what's going to happen on the snap is this safety, Matthew Jackson, is going to come over this way to have deep half. Eric Garror in the slot is going to come back to have deep half, and then it's going to be a cover 2 inverted zone. So that's what they call this coverage. When you go into a traditional cover 2, but you use someone who is not a traditional safety in the back half, which Eric Garror is a slot corner, dropping back to the deep half, that's inverted cover 2. And to show single high and then turn it into a 2-high coverage, I mean, that kind of stuff just absolutely gets me going. But it doesn't stop there. Things are just really complex for this defense. So you have Shane Ray right here. He's going to do that little pump and then drop back into a zone. On the flip side of that, you're going to have a little bit of a slant this way with the defensive line, and then Matthew Jackson and then James Williams, the rookie linebacker, are both going to blitz on the right-hand side of the offensive line, or left hand if you're playing on offense, right hand if you're on defense. But it just creates an overload there, and you're going to get immediate pressure on the quarterback. Oh, my mistake. Let's go back. It isn't Shane Ray right here that drops back into coverage. It's Jalen Harrell over on this side. So that just overloads. Now you have him coming, you have him coming, you have him coming, you have him coming. That's 4 blitzers on the right side of the offensive line, or left side, again, if you're on offense. So there's just no way that they're going to be able to block that. And this little baby step that they take on this side with the DT, it makes them stay this way and not slant too much to the blitz side. And again, it creates immediate pressure from James Williams and Matthew Jackson, and they're able to get home and hit the quarterback. Bam. Good throw by Josh Dobbs to get it out, though. But that's a 3rd down, and they didn't get the first. So good tackle by Chance Campbell, forces a punt. Again, you'll look at it from this direction. Little baby slant by the interior defensive lineman. See how 76 is going across the face here? The quarterback's this way. You would want to go straight upfield, but he cuts it this way because that's going to pull this offensive lineman. This offensive tackle has to deal with Shane Ray. So now you have literally 2 free rushers coming through. That's what the Titans have created with their slant up front and their alignment. So I love this. This is great stuff from Dennard Wilson. James Williams. It's going to be a player, man. It's going to take a little time, but he's going to be a player. All right, so here we go. Another 2 high safety look. Again, we're giving them nothing free. What you see is not what you're going to get, okay? So I love that this is a 2 high safety look, but it turns in to cover 3, like we saw the first couple of plays. This one, we're going to get just your traditional slot blitz. So you're going to have Eric Garror over here in the slot, and he's going to come in, and I like how he doesn't just come off the edge here. He actually bends inside of Shane Ray and comes inside of the C-gap. And I love the idea that, hey, we're going to blitz off the slot, but we're not blitzing exactly where you're expecting us to come from all the time. And this time, there is no defensive back dropping back. So this is a 5-man pressure. And again, look, you have the safety going from a 2 high alignment into a single high alignment. Cover 3, hooks, 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 everything basically taken away. And you got a 5-man pressure here. Now, when the Titans have their best 5 out on the field coming on this pressure and they have their starters in, you hope that they would have some more success because it's going to be all one-on-ones, but still, a lot of pressure in the quarterback's face. Makes a long throw. I thought that was a pretty good catch, but they ruled it incomplete. And look, when you bring pressure like that, it just a little bit of delay, just a little bit of thinking, just a little bit of hesitation because you don't know what you're seeing because you thought it was a 2 high look. Now it's a single high look. You thought that there was only 4 rushers. Now there's 5 and the entire offensive line is covered up. Those sort of things can just, it's a game of inches, right? Al Pacino, Any Given Sunday? Well, it's true. It's true. And those little hesitation moments can be the difference between a completion on the sideline and out of bounds on the sideline. One didn't get the second one. So, good attempt by Frank Darby, but just love these looks. Love the fact that we're not letting the offense know what we're doing pre-snap, no matter what we're doing. Love that we've talked about 4 or 5 different blitz pressures already in a preseason game. This is supposed to be the vanilla stuff. What is Dennard Wilson going to do when it's not the vanilla preseason version? I can't wait to see it. Here's another one, but instead of zone coverage, now the Titans are going to be in man coverage. And I like this little communication aspect. So you have this safety back deep. I believe it's Shaheem Carter. And then you have Matthew Jackson right here as a safety up tight in the box. But this tight end is going to go in motion over here, and the safeties are going to flip. So Shaheem Carter going to come up right here and take man assignment on that. This safety going to flash back so that he can be deep third in the cover 1 coverage. Love that little stuff right there. Flip. All right. And now what you're going to have is you're going to have pure man coverage. You're going to have man here, man here, man here, man here. You got your single high safety up top. And the Titans are just saying, hey, we're bringing 5 again. So you're going to get a blitz from this linebacker right here. I believe that's James Williams. You get a blitz from Chance Campbell right here. And the wrinkle here, the wrinkle is who has man on the running back? This defensive end right here. Going to fake like he's rushing and then bounce out and have man on this running back. I love the little technique touch of pretending like you're rushing 2 steps in before you drop back in your coverage or before you take your man assignment, just to confuse the offensive line just a little bit longer than what you're doing. And look, Immediate pressure, almost a turnover. Like, that's almost an interception because Josh Dobbs tries to get rid of it so fast because Chance Campbell comes up the middle. So, watch, 53 over here. I think that's Khalid Duke, the undrafted free agent. He's going to fake in and then take man on the running back. But that holds this offensive lineman just enough to where these 5 rushers right here overwhelm these 4 blockers. It's all about math, guys. It's all about creating math problems for the pass protection. Chance Campbell gets in. Woo. Almost an interception for Eric Garwar. Almost. So one of the things that I'm most excited about for Dennard Wilson's defense is the fact that we're not just going to sit back and let you have your way. Like, we're bringing the fight to you, man. And right here, this is the 4th quarter, less than 3 minutes left. Titans are up by 4. They want to secure the win. We all don't care about preseason, but look, winning is winning. All right, these coaches, these players, they want to win these games, even if it doesn't matter. And I love that it's 4th down, it's nut-cutting time, and with your balls on the line, you're going to go be the aggressor, not let the offense bring the aggression to you. So what do the Titans do on 4th down with the game on the line? Man, and then a single high, okay? Or I believe this might be for the running. Oh, the tight end. Duh, right here. Sorry. All right, there you go. So we're just playing man coverage, and we are bringing 6. Linebacker, rusher. We're not going to sit around and let you have your time and try to figure out, no, the game is on the line. We are bringing the heat to you. That's exactly what the Titans are doing here. Bam. And they're in. Flush out of the pocket. Turns into a sack. Turnover on downs. Titans win. Now, the 49ers ended up getting the ball back after this again, and the Titans stopped them again. But regardless, I love the mentality here. Oh, we're coming after you, man. Like, we are not playing around. We are coming after you. Suck! All right, Titans fans, I hope you guys enjoyed today's breakdown on the Tennessee Titans defensive pressure packages, how they're disguising their coverages. And remember, as I said in the video, this is just the vanilla stuff from Dennard Wilson. I cannot wait to watch how complex these pressure packages and these coverage disguises get when we actually get into the regular season. If you want to know how all that plays out, then you got to stay with me here on the Tic Tac Titans film channel. Make sure that you get subscribed, throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat. Also, if you're interested in any Tic Tac Titans merch, hats, shirts, polos, sweatshirts, whatever you want, the link for the merch is down below in the description. I would appreciate if you guys would support me in that way as well. But with all that being said, I'm going to be doing a Chance Campbell breakdown, I believe. Going to be looking at Andrew Rupcich later on this weekend, and the Titans have another preseason game on Saturday. So going to have a lot of content coming your way next week as well. But that's going to do it for me. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and tighten up.